gas rewards.
What's up, WSCT listeners? It's your girl, Tori Blue.
Tom Mills.
And you're listening to the Midday Takeover. Before we went to break, we had that nice Stevie J mix. So y'all can get a little familiar with the music that he's made and how he's contributed to our music, entertainment, history, and all that. That's great. Then after that, we played some new school stuff, and we played Pop That. And before we went to break, we was talking about reality TV and somehow how it influences the younger generation and if it's hurting us more than it's helping. And we got on the topic of music and how people are so crazy over the fans, and the reason the reality stars don't want us to see their kids and where they work and all this kind of stuff is because fanatics and fans will go crazy.
Yeah.
And I said that some women, the reason why they say that if they met Trey Songz, they would do this, that, and the other with him. Ty had a problem with that, and I said that's because that's like meeting your dream guy.
No, he's not your dream guy, because in his songs he'll say I got a woman.
Let me tell you something.
And then take you down.
The thing is that they're not saying that Trey Songz himself, the person, what's his real name? Tremaine. They're not saying they want to meet Tremaine. They want to meet Trey Songz, the brand that is Trey Songz.
They wanna put some passion, pleasure, passion, and pain in their mouth. That's what it is. They want to feel it inside of them.
Thank you. And all I'm saying is, it's a lot of times women, we don't want to meet Tremaine. We want to meet Trey. That's why they say when remember on Nicki Minaj's special when she went home with her own family and she was like, I love coming home because I can just be Onika and I'm not Nicki Minaj. They're like, we want Nicki Minaj. We want to see Nicki. And this is her family telling this to her.
And that's why it's like I'm the same person. Like I was acting like Nicki and doing all the crazy stuff before we was calling it Nicki Minaj. It was just me. But now
no, because I don't think like Beyonce when she comes on stage, that's Sasha Fierce. When she off stage, she said she's in a corner with a book. That's
Sasha
Beyonce.
Fierce was a character created with her, and when she was around Her and Affairs, they was like, yo, when you get on stage, you on your performance stuff, it's like you turn into a whole different person.
That's everybody. That's what I'm saying. Like the person you create or that the label creates for you isn't always one and the same.
The
but you was like another.
Sasha Fierce.
No, I'm talking in general. Like a lot of times they'll say, this is you, this is your brand. We're gonna brand you as this. This is how you need to be. This is how you're gonna dress. You might wear heels all the time. In real life, you might be a sneakers type chick. It just depends on how your brand is. But anyway, Ty was telling me about how women, when they hear a certain thing or hear that you are somebody, then they're interested.
Yeah, like I had a groupie moment the other day. Like I was at What's Up Wednesdays and we all just chilling and stuff, and this girl, she was like, oh, I want to come inside because the comedy's all whack and stuff. And then Gucci Man and Brick Squad and Blue Da Vinci and all them show up, and magically she want to go inside. And, oh, this is fun. Come on, girls. And it was just like 10 minutes ago, you didn't want to come in there.
When Ty Mills was in here, you didn't want to come in there.
But now Gucci and all them come in, now you want to come in. It's the same show. They ain't doing nothing. They just came and sat inside the room. So how does it add value and make you want to spend some time here?
Well, it definitely adds value. Because Gucci Man is worth a couple mil.
But he wasn't stunting her. He was in. He pulled up with his girl in the car.
It added value.
See how it added value to her superficial life, because it absolutely did nothing to the well-being of what was going on in her life. He pulled up with his woman. It gave your show
credit though, because like if Gucci's gonna go, then I can go.
He pulled up with his woman, and she felt like she still had a chance. Like, oh, I'm better than her, so let's go in here because he gonna see me.
Do you really think that's what the girl thought?
Yeah, because when he walked past her, when she see me and she chilled with me, like she stood there over there by me and she was on her bougie stuff. And then once Gucci came in there, she wanted to come next to me and be all friendly. Oh, hey, I want to go up and do a song too. No, get the hell out of my face.
The thing is, but you should have been happy, like, yeah, when you have a celebrity come to an event, it's because they bring the crowd out. So why are you acting brand new? You knew that when Gucci went inside, the women, he brought her. 30 dudes. He got her to come in. He got her to come in.
He got her to come in.
And she wanted to do karaoke. So maybe next week, now that it was fun, Gucci may not be there, but guess what?
Yeah.
Homegirl might.
I know. Yeah.
Homegirl might.
We gonna hope.
Anyway, your name says a lot, and I'm trying to get Ty to tell y'all about this story.
Oh yeah, the story is like your name says a lot. My homegirl, she's Jamaican. Her name is Yana.
Don't tell her name.
This is my homegirl. She bad. She used to do videos and stuff, but you know she went back to Jamaica because she's rich and got maids and stuff there.
Oh, okay.
So she was out here. She got a traditional Jamaican family, and we're at a celebrity basketball game at Morehouse that my company threw. Titty Boy comes out, and we're walking back from the car, and Titty Boy tried to holler at her, and I was like, yo, that's my homie, yo. You know what I mean? Say what's up. He's a good guy. She goes over there and talks to him. He tell her his name is Titty Boy, and she comes back to me. She's like, Titty Boy? I can't tell my mom I'm dating some dude named Titty Boy. What am I gonna do with Titty Boy? I can't. Mom, Titty Boy, this is him. I was like, man, you can't do that. What's messed up now is because she see Titty Boy name is 2 Chainz, and she's like, oh my God, now he want to change his name. He gonna tell me Titty Boy. What time to do with Titty Boy? 2 Chainz, I can do that.
You're so stupid. OMG.
Titty Boy.
It says a lot though. Like your name has a lot to do with you. Even people who don't know that 2 Chainz is Titty Boy, when they find out, they're like, I don't want to hear nothing from two Titty Boy. Then all of a sudden they hear 2 Chainz. They're like, oh, it's the same person.
It's the same person.
So it really doesn't matter.
And it shows you like another artist was J Nix. He's been on the radio for years with Hot 107.9 and doing the Dirty Boys. And then he sent the same music he's playing right now, and everybody loving that Stewie Rock. He had the same music, sending it to the same executives as J Nix. But because they couldn't distinguish him from the person that's on the radio, that's a talented young guy, and felt like I want to brand myself and get a base, I'm gonna do this radio thing. But I actually love to rap. I love to make music. And when he changed his name to Stewie Rock, they was like, man, this song is hot. This song is cool. We're going to get this guy. We're going to sign this guy. Let's get him in here. As soon as he walk in the door, I know this guy. It's J Nix. Where did the Stewie Rock guy? Hey, I'm Stewie Rock. Oh, yeah, I want $50,000 now. Like, that's what you do. You start demanding stuff. But sometimes you got to build that wall around you so people don't know, because they're going to try you. It's much due to try me, like as a comedian or as an artist. If somebody try to book you to their show, they're going to try to, they're going to try to handle you. Yo, I got you. I'm gonna give you $200 for this show and stuff. But if you got a manager or somebody else they gotta talk to, they can't. They ain't gonna just try that, because they feel like this person has to get paid too. So they can't just throw any old random thing at you. There's a wall built around you, and the artist gotta realize that when you're doing stuff, you're a brand.
Okay.
You gotta, you gotta thumb through that check too. You gotta build that picture.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's
no, but really, I mean, that's true. Sometimes though, when people, I feel like you are nobody and you say you gotta talk to my manager, ma'am, nobody's gonna talk to your manager.
Yeah, but
don't try me like that.
But
you don't need a manager. What is your manager managing? Absolutely.
But a lot
nothing.
of times there's so much money out here in this game. People getting paid and people being booked on shows. You have no idea who they are, but they got managers. They're on tours. They're constantly in videos. They're doing cameo appearances. They're showing up at the clubs. They're writing for you people. There's a lot of behind the scenes things that you don't have to be that main guy that when you walk up to the club, everybody's trying to get in with you. Everybody's trying to walk in behind you and your 5 friends.
So a lot of times it is that guy though, because sometimes like a lot of the bigger names like Stevie J and people like that, they got enough money. Well, I don't want to say Stevie J, but somebody in Stevie J's character back in the day when he was big, people in the industry knew who Stevie J was. So he can go to the club and the artist is gonna be on Stevie J.
I know.
So when you see like
how music works, Stevie J got money.
No, I know he got money, but I'm saying you gonna see Mariah trying to get in with Stevie J back then. So you can be behind the scenes and still be a very, very big name. All I'm trying to say is this though. Our younger generation, which is who we did this little today's topic for with the whole reality TV, is it helping more than it's hurting, is looking at the flashiness, the lights, the camera, and the action, and that's what they want. Now you're gonna have them saying they need a manager. For what?
I mean,
what do you do? How can a manager help you?
So that's why a lot of times when you get a manager, you get a publicist, something like that, y'all do a trial period where it's like, if you get me work and you can get me paid work, then we'll sign a contract and do some stuff together.
Let me ask you
But
something. Do you have a manager?
Yeah, I got a manager.
Who's your manager? I'm just asking.
I got a man. My manager.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't think Ty has a manager.
My manager is called Glock.
I don't.
Glock 40. 40 Glock.
Oh, so Ty doesn't have a manager. But I thought he did.
2 Chains.
Okay. Anyway.
I got a publicist though. I got a publicist. I don't need a manager. I can manage myself.
You just said you need a manager. Like, what are you talking about?
I got a publicist. I got somebody that speaks up on behalf and does the publicizing and, you know, make sure I'm in the right places. I'm going to say the right thing and my clothes are straight. And, you know, I got a stylist. I got certain things set up around me so I don't, you know. And I got a great mentor, my dad, who's co-owner of Hip Hop Weekly, editor-in-chief of Hip Hop Weekly, owner of Raised by Wolves.
That's what's up.
So I got a good team around me.
That's what's up. But no manager just yet.
Once I get a good enough check to have somebody need to manage it, I doubt it.
That's all I was saying. Thank you. That's all I was saying. Was
not everybody need a manager, but
you need a manager when you
manager.
have something to manage. That was my whole point. I don't even know how we got on this topic. We were talking about reality TV, but either way, that's all I was trying to say. Is that if you want to say you have a manager and all this other kind of stuff, have something to manage.
Yeah.
Or else it's not necessary. Anyway, though, back to our topic for the day. We touched a little bit on Teen Mom and how that show, I felt, even though Ty thinks that it's the worst, I felt that it gives a good separation and you get to see a little bit of the hard and a little bit of the good, and they really don't let them girls, like, you know, them girls is making guap, but you don't get to see them spend that money on the show. You don't.
I know, but you know, it's anybody know it's hard if you're 15 years old and you have a baby. Like, it's obvious you don't have a job, you don't have no skills. They just set up a market to where 16-year-old girls felt like, yo, if I had this baby, I could actually wind up getting on this show and getting a check.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I know there's gonna be some idiots that think that.
It's like with strippers and video vixens. It's like before they were so highly publicized and in the eye of everybody and all over the magazines and with your favorite rapper. They don't say all the penises that they got to go through before they get on that video shoot, or all the guys that try to holler at them or degrade them or disrespect them.
So you saying it's just easier?
They just depict it as this is the life you want to live. So before,
no, I don't think that. The whole point of Teen Mom was to show you that this is not the life that you want to live.
So what's the point of what's the point of what? In the same way it has a positive, in the same way it has a positive and a negative, people are looking at it as something to aspire to. Before strippers were on all over the TV and all over World Star and all the stuff, girls wasn't graduating high school like, man, I can't wait till I can go to Magic City. But now it is, because it's a career move, because girls make
and who you gonna blame, Ty? The parents, right?
You blame the parents, but you...
Okay, that's all I'm saying. You're on the side of the parents. I never said blame the parents, because I feel like there are some parents who do a very good job of showing their children what to do, putting them in the right circles, letting them see the right things, and you can one day go to a strip club with somebody and think, oh my God, this is where it's at. I don't blame the parents when people decide to be strippers or porn stars or something like that. What you
like, there's no way you can be in, like, you can be showered with all the love, attention, and all the things you want in the world, and then go to a room and see a girl showing her vagina for $5 to every random guy that throws it at her, and think that this is the life. Like, that makes absolutely no sense.
Yes, it does. That's just like when you have people who are like pastors' daughters, and you know they've been around the right people, and you know they've been and you know
they've been indoctrinated and programmed to believe something.
And then
so
the minute they get the opportunity
to
get out, they're like, "This is what I've been missing."
No, but that's
you have people.
That's because they've been constricted. Do you realize that you took away all the things and said that's all bad? That's all bad.
Well, anyway. Or you have people who have been raised by crackheads or raised by alcoholics or raised by strippers and end up being, lawyers and doctors. It's not all about the way that your parents raised you. Nature has influence as well. And by that I mean society, not just the parents. Like it just depends on the person. I'm not gonna say I'm a blame your mama because you didn't have enough sense to know that loving hip hop is not how you should act. No,
it starts somewhere. Who can you blame if not the person that raised you?
It ain't about putting the blame on somebody. It just is what it is.
Then where'd you get it from? Like, you get everything you learn as a child.
No, some people are just naturally a certain way. Like, I know one of my friends,
don't get nothing
her
from
mother
nowhere.
said that as a baby she would consistently pull her drawers up in her butt and walk around like that. She enjoyed that.
Because at some point in time, she seen somebody.
Her mother is not like that. Her mother did not, or nobody around her was walking around with a thong on. It don't
have to be somebody walking around. It could have been just a picture on TV, something that
so we blame her mother for that. We blame your mama for that, letting you see that picture that came on TV.
Yes, the influence of your child, everything that your child goes for. How can your child, you send your child to school and they cursing everybody out, and you come home, man, I didn't teach them that, but it's your child. They still went out and represented you like that. You're responsible for their well-being and all the decisions that they make, because they're not responsible enough or mature enough to make the right decision. Until they're going to be charged as an adult. And in America, it's probably what, 13, 14.
So 16-year-olds that end up getting pregnant, you blame the parent?
Yeah.
You can't just say it was something that happened.
I mean, something and a lot of times,
like, have you ever cheated on somebody?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you was in that situation and you cheated, was you seriously thinking about your girlfriend, or was it just something that happened? And you can't even
made a conscious decision, like, man, I want to, I ain't even stunting her right now. I want to get this right here in front of me. That's what
Ty
that is.
says whatever's necessary so he can prove me dumb.
I'm not trying to say whatever's necessary.
When people cheat, their argument is normally that it's just happened. I don't even know what happened.
Yeah,
that's the same thing that happens to a 16-year-old.
Sex don't never just happen. You make a conscious decision. You say, I'm
I don't know.
I've
heard cheaters say that it was not a conscious decision. One thing just led to another.
And it's always a conscious decision. Unless you're
so ladies, if you ever date Ty and he cheats on you, let me let you know it was a conscious decision.
I consciously did it.
He did not
I'm not
just get caught up or something. He made sure.
There's no way that you can get caught up and have sex with somebody, because you understand the dynamic of a man and a woman. You understand when
I do know people that say that. I know a lot of people that have said that, like, it just happened. I don't even know
how did it just happen.
How
did you happen to take down your pants?
Psychologists do say that there's some type of like chemical reaction or imbalance or something that happens when you get like in the mood. So sometimes you get
horny.
Okay, that's it. That might be the name what I'm talking about. Yeah, but psychologists and doctors that have studied this,
you know,
say that
rich people pay people to say a lot of the doctors will say anything. At one point they said,
okay, so now Ty is saying that rich people done pay doctors to tell us stuff, y'all.
Yo, I'm saying, like, if you control the media, you control what the information to the world.
So why are you blaming the parents?
Because you, as a parent, you raise your child. You the main person. How can it's like if I drove my car into somebody and they said, yo, it's not my fault, my car be acting funny. You know that your car be acting funny. Why would you even be driving it like that if you know there's a possibility you could run into somebody?
How is that even an accurate analogy?
Because you make a decision. You make a decision in anything. Like whether you say, okay, my lights is about to go off. You don't want to get up and go to work. You made it.
So tired right now.
You didn't do. You made it. You said I ain't gonna do nothing. You didn't get up to go to work. You made a decision not to do nothing.
No, I'm not saying people don't make decisions, but what I'm saying is you can't blame the parents for every decision that their child makes.
To a certain extent you can, because you influence them.
It's not always about the influence. That's just like when you have people that say, your mama wasn't nothing, you ain't gonna be nothing, and that child becomes something. What if you're not raised by your child? No, listen, go ahead.
You talking about 1 in a million, but the odds are if your parent wasn't nothing, you most likely are this. Look at the ghetto.
What if you're not raised by your parent? Then what?
Then circumstances are going to be different.
Okay. So what if you do become nothing?
If you do become nothing.
But you weren't raised by that ain't nothing parents. You were raised by rich people that were doctors and lawyers.
That was your decision.
Oh, now we don't blame the parents.
you're a grown person now. After a while, it's not a person. I said after what they raise you to a certain extent and influence all your decisions.
This is all I'm saying. You cannot blame the parents for everything. You just can't. You can't blame the parents. You can't blame the teachers. You can't blame society. You can't blame the media. It is a combination of everything and how that person reacts to certain situations. I might care more about what the media says than I do about what my parents says. You can't make your child care about what you have to say.
How can you not care about what the people that raised you and loved you and guided you and paid for everything?
There are some people that do not care.
That's because they don't. The people that love them and care them don't instill the fact that you should care about me.
You cannot make somebody care.
You can make, like, it's not making somebody care. It's showing them that, yo, this is instilling value in them. It's like if you tell your daughter that you let her feel like it's okay for a guy to cheat on women and talk to them because you treat her mom disrespectfully,
so
she's gonna grow up feeling like it's okay to deal with a guy that does that.
Who was you raised by, your mom or your dad?
I was raised by both my parents.
Okay, you raised by both your parents. You cheated on someone. I should blame your parents for that?
I watched my dad and my mom weren't in a relationship after I was born. So I watched my dad doing what he do. He had a lot of different women. So in like being
did your dad raise you to be a cheater?
No, he didn't raise me to be a cheater. He didn't raise me to be a cheater. He didn't raise me to be a cheater, but he still easily influenced. It's like what you do around your child. If I sit there and live a good life and I'm having a great life and I got all the money, I got all the appeal of women, I got cars and all this stuff, and me as his son feeling like, yo, he had a bunch of different women and
what
he
about
had all
your
this
mom?
stuff.
You didn't care that your mom got cheated on?
He wasn't with my mom. And then I knew the dynamic of the relationship with him and my mom.
You're right, I'm wrong. So you're not saying that your dad was cheating. He just a lot of women.
He had a lot of women. And
so then you cheated because you did want to be in the relationship, but you still wanted to be like your dad.
No, the main woman that he had, she didn't know about all other girlfriends at that point in time.
So he did cheat.
He did cheat. He had a bunch of different girlfriends.
I'm saying it's your dad's fault that you cheated.
It's not.
You blame him.
I'm not saying I blame him. I'm saying he helped influence me to have that.
You cheated on your own. That was like you said before. You made the decision to cheat.
If I watch somebody do something and they influence me, and then I have the same tendencies because I watch them move in a certain way, then that's
just like you said how people are fanatics over celebrities.
That has nothing to do with celebrity.
No, all I'm saying is this. They may have more of the celebrity might have more of an influence than their parents does at times. What if your parent wasn't always?
Then your parents failed you.
That's not true.
Because if my
love your parent, you might respect your parent, but you might not think that they're cool. You might think that Trey Songz is cool. That might be somebody that you want to be like. You might love, respect, adore everything your parent, but you want to be like Trey Songz. It just happened with you. Your dad was both.
How would you? I don't get how you want to be like Trey Songz though.
Because kids are easily influenced. He gets to see that Trey Songz is in the videos. He's with the girls. He's getting this. He's getting that. That might be what you want.
And they understand that's a facade. Like that's
what I try to tell.
Like,
what I was trying to explain. My whole point was that kids and teenagers do not always know that. They
and that's
think
where
that's
you,
reality.
as a parent, you have to explain what's fact and what's reality, what's real and what's fake.
Okay, I respect that.
You failed as a parent.
You should try, but you did not fail as a parent.
Yes,
because
you do fail as a parent, because if you go through a certain amount of stuff and then your child goes through the same stuff that you went through, then your life didn't do nothing to add to the quality of life of your child. Your child should start from where you left off, so they can continue.
No,
to
your
build.
child should live their own life. I don't even know why he's saying that. Your child doesn't have to pick up from where you left off.
Saying
your child is an individual.
They're
parent.
their own individual.
You're not trying to make your child live the same life that you lived or anything like that.
I didn't say to live the same life. I'm saying they shouldn't go through the same stupid stuff that you went through, because you know better.
You have to make your own. Children have to make their own mistakes though. You can't say my mama did this, so I'm not gonna live that.
I didn't say that.
You might not want
just
that
taking
for
it
your
literally
child.
and running with it like that. I'm saying that you should be able to. Your children should not go through the same stuff. Like if you was on welfare and then your kids grow up and they on welfare, then you didn't do nothing but show them that it's okay to be on welfare.
That's not necessarily true.
Yes, it is.
You don't know what kind of circumstances somebody is in that make them get on welfare.
Yeah, with all the opportunities and all the things that everybody is given with a person, that you can easily say, oh, what if this person was growing up with nothing and they doing nothing, but they decided at one point, yo, this is not right. I need to do something that's changed. At one point, that other person decided, yo, I'm cool with this because my mom is cool with this and my brother's cool with this, and this is just what we do.
But did you just say one person, another person? That was my point. It depends on the person. But some people will easily fit into the cycle. Some people just won't. It just depends. Some people will look at a reality show and say, I want to do that. Some people look and say they're crazy. It just depends, and it doesn't matter what your parents said. It's what you think. It starts with your
influences, though. Like, you get everything you learn.
No, because just like Monifa, she raised her daughter, and then she said she became an alcoholic and was doing drugs. Her daughter is now in the church. And Monifa is now gay.
Okay, and her daughter was influenced by other people that didn't raise her.
And that's all I'm saying. Her mother raised her, but she didn't raise her. She said that she raised her.
So when she was drunk all that time, who else was watching her?
Okay, this was a couple years ago. Not her, the child's whole life. They had a strange relationship.
We gotta call the caller in.
Okay.
Hey caller, welcome to WSCT Radio.
Hey, this is Erica.
Hey, hi, Erica. Where are you calling from?
Hi. From California.
Cali is in the building. Do you hear this debacle we got going on up here? What do you think about it? Do you blame the parents or the media for children's actions?
I don't necessarily blame either one because everybody's an individual. Everybody has their own mindset. Like you said, you can come from a family full of pastors and ministers and or whatever it is, and then you can decide that one day you don't want to be a part of that. Everybody has their own mindset. And I feel like it's really ignorant for you to say that if your parents is on welfare and then you end up on welfare, it's because your parents made it seem like it's okay.
Because they let
Sometimes you don't have the option.
You wouldn't have felt like that was okay if they
have to be on that, or if you don't.
You wouldn't have felt like it was okay if your parents didn't sit around and show you that it was okay. If they didn't give you that option.
No, sometimes your parents run for you. So how would you learn?
So how would you learn
on welfare? And then when it comes back, okay, you moved out or whatever. You're in the same situation.
So how would you learn about welfare?
Sometimes it's not.
How would you learn about? You don't just magically learn about welfare because not everybody knows about welfare. There's people that never even heard of welfare.
Know what your parents, but that doesn't mean that they were like, baby, we're on welfare and it's okay.
They showed you that it was okay by living the example.
No. Like,
so how can a song
still has to be in that situation? And fortunately, I'm not in that situation. But if I was, it wasn't because somebody showed me that it was okay.
Right. It's because
if you're in that situation, then you're in that situation.
So in the same,
never told me that
so in
the
same aspect, if your parents showed you that, but a guy on TV, he's showing you he got the ladies, he got all the bottles, and then you want to be like him. How's that not the same way he influenced you by showing you by example? If you sit there and watch somebody do something that it looks
because you're so famous or whatever.
I'm not trying to say I'm so famous. And I know this the same girl that called 10 minutes ago. And you're ignorant because you sit here and you voiced your opinion and you said I sat there and showed you a vague, blatant point that translated from what you saying to what I was saying.
Your point is that you blame the parents.
I'm not saying.
You can't blame the parents for either of those situations.
The people that sit around and influence you every
you had your mother in mind and she told you that was okay, and your dad told you that was okay.
I never said that.
We're gonna blame your parents.
I never said that they was okay. You running what I'm trying to say to prove your point.
We're gonna blame your parents for your ignorance right now.
How is that my ignorance when you're just trying to overtalk me and you sound just as dumb as you did 10 minutes ago when you called talking about the other thing, but now you call back and you're Erica, or when you was Alicia 10 minutes ago. So grow up. Think about something better with your life, better to do than
but she has a
that wasn't no valid point.
That is a valid point.
I said the same. I translated it to the same thing with
but you're
still,
being how can you blame? But the thing is that you're trying to say you blame the parents
because that's
how
where
can you
get
blame the
everything from.
You just said if you watch somebody on TV, how are you blaming the parent for that?
So if you sit there and watch your parents do something and you copy the same exact thing your parents did, you don't think that's your parents' fault because they watched it?
No, and then you just said, and then you look at TV, you see this guy with bottles. You copy that. How are you going to blame the parent?
Same translation.
No, but what I'm saying is you're saying no matter what, you blame the parent.
Because you're so weak-minded that you're able to watch something on TV and take that 10 to 15 seconds and run with it and be like, that's the life I want to live. Because your parents
but you're going to blame the parent for that.
Yes, because it starts there. You get everything you learn from your parents. Do you know
that there's a whole degree in marketing, and there are people that have degrees
I understand
in being
all
able
that
to
stuff.
mind control and play you subliminally subliminal messages and things that get people, but it's your parents' fault that you adhere to something that people have studied to make sure that they can do.
So kids watch TV shows that teach them their ABCs, and then they sit in the car with their parents all day, and they hear 2 Chainz, and they learn the 2 Chainz song because they hear that a million times. Is that their parents' fault that they don't know their ABCs, or that they know that 2 Chainz song? Because they sat there and let them listen to that, but they didn't sit there and let them listen to the ABCs a million times and make sure that their kid learn. It's your parent's fault. You failing your child.
At certain points, it is the parent's fault because it's your responsibility to raise your child. But what I'm saying is you cannot blame a parent for action.
And this is how things grow, because if you get a situation and you don't nip it in the bud at the beginning, it grows and matures into other situations and other areas of your life where you don't have control of your child. I'm saying you got to start them at the beginning. If you with this kid and you invested your time and your energy and you what you're supposed to be, and you're not out trying to have lunch every 5 minutes and go on dates and chase this baller, if you paying attention to what your kids are, you not worried about all that stuff.
And then what's going to happen?
Your kid's not going to be.
So then when you
like the same way you so close with your grandmother and she knows that you're not like that, like that's because they raised you right, and they raised you not to believe in none of that stuff, and they led you by example because they not about that stuff. But if they sat there and told you, this is church and you're supposed to believe like this and you're supposed to do it like this, you would probably think, okay, let me find out my own way in life, because what they were trying to do, I feel like it is more to that.
No, because you just contradicted yourself. Because if your parent, what you're saying is basically it starts wherever you're rooted at, right?
Yeah.
So if you're rooted in the church, why all of a sudden are you not a part of it no more?
As you start to go in the world, you realize the church is a facade.
And that can happen in any type of situation. It doesn't have to be church. But your parents can raise you a certain way, and you can do something totally different, because guess what? You're an individual with your own mind, and I would not sit there and blame your parent who did everything society says is right, took you, cooked your food, taught you, loved you, helped you, did this, did that. And then you still turn out a crackhead. You can't blame the parent for that.
You can't base all your decisions.
Listen, you have a child that has been raised by what you say is correct, right?
Yeah.
They go to college, they try crack for the first time. They just wanted to try it. You know what I'm saying? Try something new in college. And then they become a crackhead, and you blame the parent.
And I didn't say after that. I said after a certain point, it's you're an adult. You're going to make your own decisions. But up until this point, we were talking about teen moms.
Okay, you go to high school. You try weed for the first time because you want to fit in with your friends. They're all doing it. You want to do it. You try weed. All of a sudden, you smoke a lot. You get caught with some weed. You go to jail. You blame the parent?
Not every kid. You
blame the parent? You don't blame the parent for that.
Yes, you do. Because
you don't.
Your kid is susceptible to just smoking weed and making bad decisions. That's your fault as a parent because you didn't prepare them enough in this world to know that, you can get caught with this weed. You hid stuff from that because they would know. They would be better prepared making the decisions they make. Your kid wouldn't just start smoking weed, and you as a parent not have no connection with your kid to know that you trying to smoke weed right now. This is the responsible thing to do right now.
You can have two kids raised in the same household, raised the same. You can have two twins raised in the same household, raised the same way, nothing different. You might have one that becomes a doctor and one that becomes a drug addict. It just depends on the person. And I wouldn't say I'm gonna blame the parent for. I'm gonna blame him for the bad one and blame him for the good one. I mean, it just depends.
It starts with the first person you learn from. First people you learn from. They said better.
No, I do think that you have, a lot, they have a lot of influence. But like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. And sometimes that village is going to be your parents, your family, society, the media. Sometimes you do have to let your child see, the bad things in life so that they can be prepared for that. Thank you. And shout out to Erica, Alicia, everybody that called in, and especially Erica or Alicia that called in and gave the opinion, because I completely agree.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ty, I can't take your side on this one at all. I mean, I feel like
everybody's entitled to their own opinions, but if I state a fact that said exactly what she said, then that just shows how.
No, that just didn't. That didn't prove your point. Is what I'm trying to say. That didn't prove my point. No, it didn't.
The whole topic of the conversation was, does it has a bad effect on how 18-year-old young teen moms is?
No, and that's not the point that I was trying to make. So maybe that's not the point she was trying to make. What I was trying to tell you is you cannot not blame the parents for everything.
For to a certain
And
extent,
you made my
can.
point by saying that you might see a guy on TV that you want to be like, and you know.
But I'm saying you're easily influenced by people,
and that's
instead
not
of,
your parents' fault.
That's
Some
your
people are
parents'
just
fault.
some people are like, you might see babies. Some babies are just naturally quiet. Some are naturally happy. Some are naturally. It just depends.
But you're talking about babies and grown-ups, and I'm
No, but
talking
what I'm
about
telling you
grown-ups
is
or
that might
babies.
just be your natural personality. You might be naturally a calmer
and
person.
and all your traits
or you might
and
be
all,
naturally
everything
somebody who
your
can
DNA,
be more easily
your
influenced.
DNA, every trait you have is from the mother and the father you have. The looks, your features, everything. So that's not brand new. That's from somebody. That's from somebody else's.
No, that's
There's
not
two other
necessarily
people that-
true.
there's two other
'Cause you
people
have,
that
you'll
came
have
together
parents
and
that
made
have
you.
5 kids and they have 5 different. Look at Chloe, Courtney, and Kim.
Those are all different dynamics of their mother and their dad's personality. And to come to find out, her dad wasn't even really their dad.
Who?
The oldest one. Chloe.
Courtney?
Yeah, Chloe.
Courtney is the oldest.
Oh, well, the other one...
And nobody ever said that wasn't really her dad.
She said it was her. She said it wasn't her dad. She took a twit pic with him the other day, saying a picture with me and my real dad.
And was it that hairstylist?
No,
that
it
was
wasn't.
not like a couple days ago. You talking about a couple months ago?
Nah, this is just recently I seen this.
Okay, I'm about to go look on her Twitter right now, and I'm gonna let y'all know if I can find that. And it should be all over the news if that was true. I definitely would have heard that it was not Chloe's dad, Ty. So that cannot be possibly true.
Just because.
It would be all over everywhere. It'd been
Why?
on TMZ. It'd
Why
been on
is
E because that's like interesting news.
It's interesting to who?
Come on now, don't play brand new.
There's so much stuff.
You
that
know
shit-
about
there's so
this
much
industry.
stuff
You
that-
know good well that would have been good news. That'd have been juice. You know that.
And it was on TMZ.
Okay, I'm
and
just
they
saying.
took pictures with her and her dad.
I'm about to look it up right now, and if I find it, I'm gonna post it on my Facebook page and let y'all see it. But in the meantime, we just had a very long segment. Sorry about that. But shout out to our sponsors: BP, the Amari Group, New Barter, Innovative Wood, and Simply Compute. We are about to go to a very brief break, and then we'll be having to come back and get up out of here. So back in a moment. It's WSCT.
Yeah.